Hey fam, welcome back to the kitchen. You got your boy Chris here. And on today's episode, what are we gonna cook? Well, I tell you what we're gonna cook. We're gonna make a homemade chicken soup. It's getting colder outside at night, and who wouldn't want to come home to a good, hearty, just wholesome, make you feel good inside chicken noodle soup, a homemade one at that. So that's what we're gonna make here, or sopa de pollo in Spanish. But anyway, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you step by step how I make mine. Also, thank you to everybody who continuously supports the channel, and to all my new followers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you guys, my channel would not grow and my food would not get out there into the universe out there. But also, if you haven't liked and subscribed, it helps the channel, it helps me. Also, hit that notification bell. My big bro always tells me I always forget to say that, so shout out to him for reminding me to do that. But anyway, fam, let's go ahead and let's get into this recipe. All right, fam. So basically in here I have some chicken breasts. I had two big chicken breasts. I just cut them in half. And I also have some bone-in with skin on it chicken thighs. Now I cut some of the skin off of the other chicken thigh because I didn't want that much skin in the soup. But as we go further in the process, that skin won't be in the soup. I'm just using the skin for the fat content when it's inside of the water, when it's boiling, just to bring that flavor. The same thing with the bone. So we're gonna go ahead, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our chicken, we're gonna put it into our pot, and we're gonna let this cook down and let all those seasonings, which I seasoned this with adobo and some cumin. And so basically, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put it into the water and let this thing cook down for about an hour, maybe an hour and 15, 20 minutes. And then what we're also going to be wanting to do, we're going to be keeping an eye on this chicken, because you know when you're boiling chicken, it tends to foam up and that white foam comes on top, that froth kind of stuff. So we're going to be watching it and taking it off as we proceed with the cooking process. So let's get this moved into the pot. All right, fam, so I got some water, have some water boiling here. I got it on about a 7 right now, boiling. So what we're gonna do, like I said earlier, we're just gonna put our chicken in here. And again, just to, re-mention, we're gonna let this cook for about an hour, hour and 20 minutes. And we're gonna keep an eye on it because we wanna watch for, that frothiness that comes from when you're boiling chicken. So we're going to put those bad boys in there, and then I will see you guys here in a little while. All right, fam. So while that chicken is boiling, I wanted to show you what else we were going to be putting into our chicken soup. So we have some cilantro, just a few stems of that. I have some garlic here. It's about 4 cloves. I have some chicken bouillon. I have carrots. Now, you can take and get the long carrots, the whole carrots, and chop them up. But I had these in the refrigerator, so basically I'm going to use those. It's not going to be an issue. Some oregano, a half a cup of homemade sofrito. I have some noodles to put in there. I have some potato, and I have some sazon. That's about a teaspoon of sazon. So all this is gonna go into our chicken soup, because who wants a bland chicken soup and some water and boiling chicken, right? If you eating soup like that, you got a problem. We bringing the flavor here. So I just wanted to show you guys that. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna move into getting our chicken deboned and getting all these flavors to come together to make a beautiful homemade chicken soup. All right, so the time has come to get our chicken out of there. So I wanted to show you guys something as well, because this chicken should be just all off the bone, ready to go. So let me show you this here. See that? Just no problem at all. Just comes right off of there. That's what you want, and the chicken is done. So we're gonna remove it from here now, and we're gonna go ahead and we're going to start See how it fell off? That's what you want. We're going to go ahead and start building our flavors into here, and then we're going to go and shred our chicken down to put back into this. All right, so now let's go ahead and move into putting our ingredients in to the water before we put our chicken back in. So there's about a teaspoon of sazon. Then we have our chicken bouillon. Then after that, we're going to have our carrots and our garlic. So this part goes pretty quick. So let's get all that in there. I'm not gonna put the potatoes in there yet because they'll cook pretty fast. So I want this stuff to come together and form in here. Also, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and put some oregano in here. About a teaspoon there. And then our next step, we're gonna come in with our half a cup of homemade sofrito. And also, I'm gonna put just a little bit of pepper in mine. And I know that the sazon and the adobo have salt in it, but I'm just gonna put just a little bit of salt in mine. Then let's stir that around. Look at that, man. It smells so good. It smells so good. Next step is to take our cilantro and put that in there. And then the star of the show is going to go in there, which is going to be our chicken. So let's get that. And then let's get our chicken in. As you can see, there it is. I mean, you got some pretty good sized chunks in there. So all I did was took it off the bone and I shredded just a little bit of it up. I just left it, with some pretty good sized chunks. So let's just get that in there. And let's let this cook down just for a few minutes. And then what we're going to do, we're going to move into putting our potatoes in there. We just want these flavors to take a good, I guess if you want to say, binding to one another. And then what we'll do, we'll put our potatoes in there. We're just going to let this cook for just a little bit, maybe about 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and put our potatoes in there. All right, so our 10 minutes is up. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a cup of soup noodles in there. And then our last thing we're going to do is put those potatoes in there. Put them in there last because, like I said, they'll cook pretty fast. So, and what we're going to do, we're going to let this cook down until the noodles are done. And those potatoes, let me get that out your way so you can see. So we got, like I said, we got the potatoes in there. We got the soup noodles in there, a cup of that. And so now what we're going to do, we're going to let this cook down until those soup noodles are done. And then till those potatoes are done. All right, fam, and that's how you make chicken soup. So there's only one thing left to do. Let's give this a taste test. Let's get some of that potato in there. Potatoes, super tender. The flavors from the chicken and everything just coming together, just a harmony of flavors, an explosion in that bowl right there. And it's a good hearty meal. It reminds me of growing up in New Jersey. We would go and shovel snow when it was cold, and our fingertips be cold and everything just be cold, and we come in, we get something hot to drink and everything. If we had a bowl of soup, it just made the day so much better because it warmed you up on the inside. It's just a hearty meal, and it was just so good. And I hope you guys try this at home with your loved ones, with your friends. Like I always say, I really believe that cooking brings families together and loved ones together. It's a universal love language. But I'm not going to hold you any more than what I already have. Again, fam, like I always say, hug your loved ones, tell them you love them. Until the next time, peace.